Hi, I'm Carrie Gebler. I'm the trainer here at Southern Pet Lodge in Williamson, Georgia. I train legitimate service dogs and I train search and rescue dogs. I've been training dogs over 45 years, ever since I was a little girl. So the first time I got paid to train them was 11, and I'm 60 now. Long time. I have 2 nationally certified search and rescue dogs, and I use the snake aversion training every year. My dogs are proofed every year. Mainly because when I'm out on a search, my dogs are not right next to me. They're out on a long line ahead of me, and they're going to run into a snake before I see a snake to tell them to stay away from it.
Felon is one of the many search and rescue dogs Carrie has trained over the years. He's already completed snake aversion training and is now back the next year for a refresher. He approaches the control cage, which does not contain any snake, and decides it's okay to proceed. Then Carrie walks over to the next enclosure, which does contain live venomous snakes. Once Felon gets the scent, he decides it's time to leave this area. Carrie then has to recall the dog to come back to her. She's now walked over to another enclosure that contains a live rattlesnake. Once Felon gets this scent, he then decides again it's time to leave this area. For Felon's retest today, he didn't receive any correction. That's because he did exactly what he was trained to do when he encountered a snake.
So this training has been absolutely spot on. I've seen it personally work on my own dogs 3 times with 3 snakes on my property, and was training with a friend in High Falls when her dog avoided a snake right after the snake aversion training. So I've seen it with my own eyes 4 times. E-collars can be used correctly or incorrectly. Jason always uses them correctly. I've done snake aversion training 3 different ways with 3 different trainers, or 3 different snake handlers, and this is the only method that I've seen work. One guy tried just leash corrections, ineffective. Another person tried positive reinforcement, very, very long process and not 100% reliable. What I've seen with my dogs, how immediate the response is, and Jason's perfect timing on, if they do have to receive stimulation, it's spot on. It's exactly how it should be done. It's an immediate consequence for making the wrong decision. And the dogs don't associate the correction with the handler, where with positive reinforcement, the handler has to be a part of that. They have to inject themselves into the actual training for that particular behavior. So I use positive reinforcement with the leave it command all the time. Leave food, leave toys, leave another dog. It's a more delayed process. I see it as an insurance policy against the dog getting bitten by a snake. If they get struck, you're looking at $1,000 at the vet if they survive. I have a couple of friends whose dogs have died from rattlesnake bites and one from a copperhead bite. I would rather have the aversion training, at least something moving forward. If I don't have eyeballs on my dog, at least the dog's going to understand that this is a bad odor, stay away from it.